Hello there, you amazing viewers and subscribers, and this video is a request of one of my fellow subscribers, and he's asked me if I can do a video explaining the River Song timeline. Now, River Song is very, very complex, especially her timeline, because it's very timey-wimey sort of stuff. It's very timey-wimey. I mean, the TV universe of Doctor Who, it's straightforward. I mean, it's very timey-wimey with some episodes taking place during the same seasons, and very, very complicated, really. And then, of course, if I was going to add in her Big Finish stuff, which, to be honest, I've not really listened to any of her Big Finish, so I can't really say, but I can say which Doctor she's encountered in Big Finish and everything else, but I just cannot try and pull it into River Song's timeline because I haven't listened to any of them, so I don't know where it takes place. So anyway, River Song's timeline during Big Finish, she encounters the 1st, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and then of course the 10th incarnations of the Doctor in Big Finish. So I really want to try and get my hands on some of the Diary of River Song series because I'm very interested in listening to her reaction with Peter Davison, Tom Baker, Colin Baker, as we call him, Paul McGann. Where in the TV universe, she's only encountered the 10th, 11th, and 12th Doctors, which is very, very sort of timey-wimey and stuff. So talking about how she was actually created. Now, the TARDIS was in flight during Amy and Rory's wedding day, because in the versions of the reality, because in Series 5, we kind of see Rory died and get turned into a Roman and stuff. So the only time they've actually been together in our proper universe is on their wedding night. And you know what happens when a man and a woman get married, and, you know, they have to crucify the marriage. And, of course, during that, when the TARDIS was in flight, she was actually... It's very, very complicated because the TARDIS basically helped River Song become a time lady. Depends how you look at it, really. It's very, very complicated stuff. I can't explain it all. And then, of course, Amy was kidnapped and then taken to Demon's Run, which is where it goes sort of from her timeline, which is very complicated because I've actually written down her timeline because for series, I've actually put Series 6, and then Series 5, Series 9, and of course Series 7, because that's how it plays, and of course Series 4, because it's very, very timey-wimey and stuff. So, some of the stuff I've actually written, she was actually, so I'm going to try and do this properly, hang on. So she was born at Demon's Run, kidnapped by the Silence and Madame Cavari, and taken to New York 1960s, where she's been raised in an orphanage to become a weapon to kill the Doctor. And then, of course, she does run away at the asteroids, the astronauts kind of costume, like the weapon that they want her to kill the Doctor with. She basically rips out of that, runs away, and then because she's on the streets of New York at the end of the Doctor beating the Silence and stuff, she ends up regenerating into Miles, the friend of Amy and Rory, young Amy and Rory. So basically, she does find her parents, but younger. Becomes their friends, and Amy tells her all the stories about the Doctor, the Raggedy Doctor. Which is very, very kind of really great, to be honest with you. And of course, Miles steals a car, follows Amy and Rory, points a gun at the 11th Doctor, shoots his TARDIS, and they end up crashing in New York, 1939. Is it 1939 or 1940? It's been a while since I watched any of the Series 6, because I don't like Series 6. It's my least favourite Matt Smith series. And then, of course, so, if I was going to say anything about the episodes, how to watch River Song's timeline, so I hope you are listening, because this is going to get very, very complicated. So, you go straight into When a Good Man Goes to War, and then, of course, you go to The Impossible Astronaut on Day of the Moon. Then you go to Let's Kill Hitler, then Closing Time, because of the cameo thing at the end, when you see River gets put into the spacesuit again in the lake. And then it goes to The Wedding of River Song. And then it goes back to When a Good Man Goes to War. Then it goes back to The Impossible Astronaut and Day of the Moon. So, as I say, you can't... So, really, you start from... So, let me just try and get that again for you, sorry. You go from A Good Man Goes to War, then to The Impossible Astronaut and Day of the Moon. Then, of course, Let's Kill Hitler. Then Closing Time, and then, of course, you go straight to The Wedding of River Song, and then you go back to Demon's Run, with A Good Man Goes to War, and then you go back to the kind of way where her timeline collides, where you kind of see her kill the Doctor, and of course you then kind of see her where there's two timelines for her. One where she goes back into the lake, which is where the whole series goes into a quantum time loop. I call it a quantum time loop, which is very confusing. And then, of course, then you go straight into the Pandorica Opens and the Big Bang, which is the finale to Series 5. Then after that, you go to the Time of Angels and Flesh and Stone. And then you go to the Angels Take Manhattan straight after for her timeline. So basically, you go Time of Angels, Flesh and Stone, and then straight into Angels Take Manhattan, which is Series 7. Then you go to the 2015 Christmas special, The Husbands of River Song, where she encounters the 12th Doctor, played by Peter Capaldi, which is really interesting because of that reaction, because she didn't know the Doctor had an extra regeneration cycle. And then after The Husbands of River Song, she goes to the library, where she encounters the 10th Doctor, which is the first time the Doctor encounters River Songs. And then it goes straight into the Name of the Doctor. And that's really it for the TV universe. Series 6 is very time-wise because it's you have, and that's it for the TV universe for the River Song timeline. But don't forget though, during Big Finish, she has encountered the first. I'm not too sure about the second Doctor yet, but she has encountered the third Doctor, the fourth Doctor, the fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and of course the 10th Doctors. So she does encounter all them. Where in the TV universe, she actually encounters 10, 11 and 12. But the thing is, though, for us in the Doctor's timeline, it's the 10th Doctor encounters the first, where she first encounters his next incarnation, the 11th Doctor. So when Tennant basically becomes the 11th Doctor, you have to watch it from series. So the way I'm going to say to watch it, you go from series 6 then to series 5, and then of course to series 7 for the Angels Take Manhattan. Then you go to series 9 for the Husbands of River Song, and then you go to series 4, and then you go back to series 7. So that's basically it for River Song's timeline. I've done the best I can to try and explain it. I mean, I have written it all down. That's how much I've written down for it, to try and actually, because River Song's timeline is very timey-wimey. It's very complicated, because in Big Finish, she actually encounters not just the early incarnation of the Doctor, she also goes and encounters 3 versions of the Master. She encounters Missy, played by Michelle Gorman. She encounters Eric Roberts. She also encounters Jeffrey Beavers. And I think she basically does encounter Derek Jacobi's Master as well. So she does encounter 4 versions of the Master. Of course, having an audio series with the Weeping Angels, it's just hard for me to try and explain it all, because River Song's timeline is very, very timey-wimey. And this is my way of trying to explain it all to you. So if you want to watch it, I would actually suggest go from Series 6, Series 5, Series 9, well, back to Series 7 for the Angels Take Manhattan, and then go to Series 9, and then, of course, back to Series 7 for the Name of the Doctor, where she kind of becomes the ghost. So that is the only way I can actually explain River Song's timeline. I'm sorry if it's not pretty good. I mean, I have spent the last 3 days trying to write this timeline down, and it's very complicated to get my head around it, I have to say. So anyway, thank you for watching the video. Please do like, subscribe and share, and I hope you all have a great day. And there will be a review coming out later on for Doctor Who Return to Skaro, my Big Finish review. So yeah, stay tuned for that one, and enjoy this video of River Song's timeline.